Hello. Jose Mourinho is in the Europa Conference final. I like Jose Mourinho to win the match today. He has 28 wins. It can be his 29th win as manager of the team. It is a Bayern who he defeated when he last won the Champions League. Inter 2010 Champions League final was his last Champions League title. It's also the final that's going to be held at France this year. It's France at March 29, the 22 Champions League final at Paris. So his 29th win is going to mean a lot of things. But Feyenoord has won a Champions League final in 1980, and Roma has appeared in the final in 84. And these are teams that used to be in bigger competitions, and each of them are going to be looking to end the game on a positive note. Feyenoord's a heavily attacking team. Roma, can they get too conservative? Roma like the quick touch passing to get quick attacks. They're very organized and compact at the back. But there's clearly a story happening. It's the Roman Emperor that's here to win the first UEFA competition in years for Serie A, but it's not really going to count because this is not a real competition. It's not really going to count for me. You got to either win Europa or the Champions League. Finals held at Albania, Tirana, Albania. It's where the final is going to be held at. Tirana is Gematria 63. Same Gematria as Paris, too. Gematria 63-27. Paris has decided the final this year. Paris Gematria 63 and 27. Will Roma allow a goal? Roma 93 goals scored, 62 allowed this year. So is Jose Mourinho going to pitch a clean sheet here? I think Roma can win in regular time. It's going to be very interesting to see. I kind of want to go with 1-0. It is Feyenoord manager Arne Slot. His goal difference is plus 64 entering the game. It can be plus 63 after Mourinho wins. Plus 63 goal differential to finish the season. Mourinho allowed a 63rd goal. Well, I got plus 63 goal differential. Jose Mourinho to win the game. The Feyenoord manager is to finish the season with plus 63 goal differential, his first season with the club. Plus 63. AS Roma having Gematria 22. Oh, he's open. He bounced it. Right? AS Roma is Gematria 22. Milan is Gematria 22. Milan Scudetto in 2022. Now AS Roma in the big final. Roman Emperor. It's also Roman Empire. That's Gematria 64. Goal difference of 64 for the Feyenoord manager. Should be plus 63. Should be plus 63 to end the year. The tricky thing is this match going to end in regulation or in extra time? I think Mourinho's going to pitch a 0 on the clean sheet. A 0. Abraham, biblical name, Tammy Abraham. All roads lead to Rome. Tammy Abraham. All roads lead to Rome. Abraham, biblical name. In English, Gematria. Tammy Abraham, 44. Champions, Gematria, 44. Campione. Champions. Campione is Gematria, 44. That's Italian, by the way. It's also Albania. That's Gematria 22. AS Roma 22. Jose Mourinho, the script. He wins a trophy the first year. He leaves Trophy Dodgers Tottenham, right? Leaves Trophy Dodgers Tottenham, and Tottenham still without a trophy. It's also Tottenham FC. Jose Mourinho, the Roman Emperor, wins the UEFA trophy again for Serie, but this is a Mickey Mouse trophy. I'm not going to count it. Technically a UEFA trophy, but I don't count. This is not a real trophy. Pellegrini, someone to look out for. Saniolo, Juventus are interested in. They got blasted 6-1 one game. A lot of quick touching, a lot of quick touch passing. I think Tammy gets another trophy. He gets another big one. Abraham is Gematria 44 as well. Abraham and champions. No lack of communication right there. It's Slot. Slot has 19 losses. Roma by itself is Gematria of 20. AZ Alkmaar 10 losses, 9 losses with Feyenoord. And that'd be his 20th loss if you lose to Roma. But 66 wins. He'd be going for 6. Win number 67. That's AS Roma. But again, this is all about the Roman Emperor Mourinho. So it's all about the Roman Emperor. Oh, Nicola! Ref is doing nothing here. He's letting them play. I give the ref credit. Feyenoord are very great attacking side. Roma, the champions of this competition. Feyenoord is Gematria 53. Champions is Gematria 53. Mourinho won Europa trophies with Chelsea. Abraham came from Chelsea. Abraham has 27 goals for the season. Albania doesn't have Gematria 27, but Albania, well, where is the final at? Well, let's see in my timeline. Tirana. So he has 27 goals entering that final.
few times now that we've seen Mancini against Serie. Mancini has been a bit of a yellow card risk this season. I'll just leave it at that. And you can see a player like Serie who's tricky and shifting, really causing some problems for Mancini, and that's definitely not a defender that you want.
Mourinho wins these competitions in regular time. It was 2-0 in 2010. It was 3-0 in 2004. The UEFA Cup, Porto and Celtic ended in regulation. Mourinho won the Europa League in regulation 2-0 over Ajax. Mourinho last European trophy was versus the Dutch. Man U over Dutch Ajax. He's against another Dutch side here. This was 2017 Europa final. Mourinho can win all three major competitions. The 2004 final, Porto over Monaco.
Just behind the striker, sometimes we'll play right alongside the main man.
That'd be 18 years after his first after the 04 final. Forgot if Tammy is Abraham or Tammy. Tammy's too much of 18. Saniolo to Juve, let's see. Roma looking like the more dangerous side. Sloppy passing by Feyenoord. Smalling, another defender. Manchester United, Jose Mourinho. Mkhitaryan was hurt. Mkhitaryan, surprise addition in the lineup tonight. He's hurt, but I think Saniolo, I think Lorenzo Pellegrini, I think Roma have some pretty good quality on the team. And Tammy Abraham.
That's just terrible news for a player who's been so important as that attacking midfielder, such a tactically intelligent player.
Henrik Mkhitaryan tried to give it a go, but it's not looking like he can make it last through the whole match. Today's the 25th day. That final was at Sweden. So his last final was at Sweden. Remember, Ibrahimovic was Swedish. It was scripted back in 2017, but Ibra was hurt.
Spurs can't produce magic, but with Oliveira coming on potentially, that is a different kind of player that normally plays a bit deeper. He plays one of the holding midfielders.
Number 27 in the game.
So what does change with this personnel switch? Mkhitaryan, much more attacking, gives you more passing ability, more technique on the ball, bigger goal scoring threat. Oliveira just much more of a natural central midfielder. Things rather simple. With only 17 minutes played, Jose Mourinho is forced to make his first substitution.
So around the 18th minute.
Sergio Oliveira will line up alongside Brian Cristante. Two-time Portuguese league winner, Sergio. Winning his first major European title.
The Roman Emperor gets it done. Jose Mourinho just has a way of winning these competitions.
Roma were inching their way forward. They were trying to take advantage of the long ball. Feels feels like a more respectful Feyenoord side, doesn't it, so far? So that pass by Karsdorp was intended for Spalding.
They gave it away, but that was a bad pass. And that's a foul. Roma free kick.
It looks like Kocher was trying to go outside of the boot. He completely got that one wrong, and then that's just a tactical foul. Don't want Roma to break on the counter, especially on Zelensky, who's maybe the quickest player on the field. Just to go back to that comment, if you watch Feyenoord and Dutch league play, you watch where that high line is normally. Usually that defense is right at the halfway line. They're playing
long ball to the right.
I think that's just the respect for the opposition and the game with this magnitude. As he just escaped the yellow card. Nelson. Could be a throw for the Dutch club. So it'd be a free kick.
I'm gonna go 1-0 this game. 1-1 will make it tricky. Mourinho masterclass. They'll say Astamacha 49. It is IS Roma. Again, Astamacha 49-22. Also, Man U, he managed. Man U, Astamacha 49. Jose Mourinho managed all three clubs. There's a script with Roma for Mourinho to fulfill.
Nelson, the burst of acceleration, the youngster Zelensky stayed with him stride for stride. And smart defending by Zelensky knows that Nelson is a right-footed player. He's looking to get to the outside and just cross the ball in for Dessers, and he read it every step of the way. Good defending from the youngster. Abraham, career high 27 goals in his 52 games in all competitions for Roma. Career highs in both appearances and goals.
Why they pass the ball out of bounds?
Smalling trying to get Ibanez out of that funk. Serie. Scrambling back and reached tail too.
It's gonna be a lot of defending back there. Mourinho sits very deep.
20-ish minutes. And cheating. Oscars. Serie. It's moving past the coach. He is the creator. His Feyenoord side, he created more chances than any other player in the Eredivisie this season.
Roma closing in.
Right on just what the goal scored. Despite a little tweak to his position where he became more of a defensive midfielder, took a few steps back in his positioning to play mostly as an attacking midfielder this time. Feyenoord resulted in more goals, more assists, and more chances created at any point in his career.
Roma taking the ball. That's another foul, another cynical challenge. They escape a yellow again. They escape a yellow again.
Pushing high up the pitch, another one who's so quick in the open field, and that's where he pauses the most danger. He's got acres of grass in front of him.
They escape 2 yellow cards.
That's where he leads back to goal.
And the referee saying them play. Tammy's on the right. Deflected. It's going to be hard to break down Roma in this one.
Sergio Oliveira.
Okay, Roma are going to be waiting for bodies to go forward here. They're in control. Feyenoord are heavily attacking side, but I think the passing is a little sloppy on Feyenoord's part. 1-0, maybe 2-0 if they hit on the counter. Best case scenario. And he whacked his own player at the ball. Sergio, the substitution for Mkhitaryan. Oh, that was a close one. Lorenzo Pellegrini, look out for this guy. Look out for Lorenzo. Let's see if there's a goal in the 27th minute. The more Roma keeps possession, the more dangerous they will be. Ref, he's failed to call the foul. What does the ref do? He's letting them play.
I think that's where Roma feel they have a massive advantage if they can get Zaniolo in behind the 30-year-old Austrian.
I hope Juve gets Zaniolo.
Difference in pace.
Sloppy passing again by Feyenoord. Roma on the break. Tammy Abraham gets fouled. Oh, you bet the ref's going to have a card. The ref, he only gives a card when it's Tammy Abraham. He only gave the card when it's Tammy Abraham. I got Warriors. It's too easy, man. It's too easy. It should have been 3 yellow cards. I was not intending to wear Roma colors. It's just like a burgundy. It's like, yeah, kind of a darker wine color, but yeah, didn't mean to wear Roma colors. Tammy's in the. Oh, foul! Don't! Contact!
It's very unselfish from Tammy Abraham. Had he been able to chest that ball, maybe he would have tried going for it himself, but it was a little bit higher. So his best option really was just trying to head it in the direction of Pellegrini. Was right there alongside him. It's something that I feel like Pellegrini's really improved as the season's gone on. Is his link-up play, understanding of the system. It's crazy from Zalewski. Save for Pellegrini under pressure. Ibanez, the release valve. Zalewski.
Roma win a free kick.
Sometimes opening up that possibility for the 20-year-old Zalewski. It leads to Polish parents. Had a big year against Poland national team debut. Broken into the starting 11 under Jose Mourinho. So Roma be happy to manage in this matchup. Second opportunities for Mourinho's bad. Rather than has to do with the delivery for Pellegrini. To the back post.
Not a good free kick.
Projected to be on the starter of the World Cup. Milo. The orange kick. You'll switch for Nelson.
Referee called a foul instead of a throw-in. Okay, Roma are looking pretty good here attacking.
Shades off the head of
Throw in Feyenoord territory. This is minute 28 after 27. This Alewski is pretty good. Roman player got the Feyenoord player got whacked pretty hard in the face. There should have been multiple yellow cards. Nice cross by Ibanez.
Now leading the charge. The runner 3 steps on the near side. The flank team.
Six.
Sliver of an opening. It's
nice deflection by Roma defense.
Play himself instead of taking a more central position, and when he does that, that's when Lucio will stay out to the outside. They interchange so well.
Feyenoord having pretty sloppy passing. I'm going with 1-0 again.
Central position.
Nice shaky break by Zaniolo.
Start the season playing in this 3-man back line. 4-man defensive to the start of the campaign. We've had some success with this combination of Mancini, Smalling, and Ibanez.
Good pass to the side.
Trying to lure Roma out of their defensive posture. Zaniolo closing down. Zaniolo last touch.
Roma closing in. Now Feyenoord going to throw it in their own half.
Go ahead to him in that aforementioned Italy Argentina match. Zaniolo, one of 5 Roma players that have been called up. 39. Roberto Mancini, by 39, it's going to be a very busy month of June for the Azzurri. They only have 5 games in 15 days. Starting with that clash against Argentina, followed by the first 4 rounds of the Nations League. Zaniolo just drifted offside.
Serie A teams are getting advantage if the team is not playing the World Cup. Italia, they could give the clubs an advantage in the Champions League, at least in the round of 16 at least. Room on the left.
Physicality of Smalling is pressed him really tightly. He just hasn't been able to get many clean touches. Zalewski waits for Triumph. Shows much of the ball to the Dutch. Gee, now lifted into the area. Struggling ball to find Zaniolo in the box.
Nicolo Zaniolo! Zaniolo!
Ball here from the midfield, and was he onside? Looks like he was just on. Chest it down and just
wow, Zaniolo, number 22.
Beautiful ball. So quick to bounce and react. The goalkeeper Bilos scrambling off the side.
It could be 2-0.
He's still upright enough, you think, to be wary of a little chip, but just a sensational finish. Reacted so quickly, Zaniolo, after that chest down, was so fast to bounce on the ball. But there's a such a long and active lead for Zaniolo. Just 22 years old, he has gone with the 2020-21 campaign and the European Championship.
Okay. Mourinho masterclass again.
Secured a starting spot after being benched midway through the season. He's back in Jose Mourinho's good graces, and he's rewarded the Portuguese coach with the opening goal. And a look at one of Mancini's qualities, the ball's out from the back. That was pinpoint.
I think Roma are due for another goal.
That's what Zaniolo made his move. Listen to the traveling Roma fans, some of the most passionate in Italy. Just as now that more so back at this Gabi Olympic over there is a watch party with some 40,000 Genoese faithful in the Italian capital. They're trying. That's highly marked by
Tammy Abraham. Tammy Abraham's going for the sprint. Look at that.
Such a handful to deal with in Abraham. Not like the fans needed anyone telling them to get even more passionate, but they're going absolutely bonkers here.
All the momentum's with Roma. The fans are in it. Abraham had a big run. Zaniolo with the clutch goal. Number 22, the year 22. Big time goal. Maybe 2-0.
Just brimming with confidence after such a fantastic season. He has been able to adapt so quickly to Italian football. By far the most successful season.
Corner kick.
Abraham has had the top line. I say that because he was very prolific in the English Championship, 2 seasons over 20 goals, but he needs the 15 goals that one scored with.
That's right. He was an English Championship player. He played with Chelsea.
Shortly after becoming the first Italian-born player to score in European finals since 2007. Zaghi match between Milan and Sevilla back in 2007. The last 10 minutes to play in the opening half. Pellegrini outswinger. It's met by Smalling.
Now Roma are in control. The Roma fans are getting loud. This is the Roman Emperor. Jose Mourinho.
So Marquinhos Smalling and Dessers has been frustrated for the better part of these 35 minutes. Frustrations are boiling over. Oh, Dessers has just not been able to get anything going. Smalling's been draped all over it. I feel like Dessers' first touch has let him down on a few occasions as well, but here just physical ability by Smalling. It just feels like Dessers maybe went a little bit extra. I don't see anything too malicious here. There's a bit of a push off in the end. Both players grabbing onto each other's kids, just physical play. And Karsdorp to be the mediator, the ex-Feyenoord player. The 123 games in all competitions for Feyenoord with Karsdorp.
How's Pellegrini get a yellow card?
I think at this point it is just more frustration from Serie Dessers coming off such a good season, 20 goals and 40 appearances, but Chris Smalling's just been pressing him so tightly, not able the striker Dessers to get a clean touch on the ball. Mourinho threw about scoring with their very first shot of the match. It was created by the center back Mancini. Zaniolo took care of the rest. Looked like he stopped it, knocked out by Tammy Abraham. Sent away by Serie. He stopped it winning in the air. Coming back by Sergio.
Free kick.
This was going against Cristante. Oscars. too often, but he's doing the overlap now. As Nelson over Crooks' cross. Now look at that beautiful ball by Mancini. Sticks it over the top of Trana. Zaniolo. That beautiful little scoop over the top, and you see with the goalkeeper there, he's in a position where normally goalkeepers, if the player tries to chip it, they can still get a touch onto it, but it seems like the ball just went over the shoulder of Bilo.
Way to go.
For being an outstanding reflex save goalkeeper. The best that the Netherlands currently has to offer, and he's still very young. 24 years old, which is a toddler in goalkeeper's age. Zelensky's cross back. And if he stopped it.
Nice surprise there.
To stay on side for help to arrive. Swarmed by gray and yellow shirts. Says Reece Nelson. For a touch, but the forward gestures just turn the ball over. Now Sergio Oliveira. Smalling's like a bat out of hell in this game. Carswood lifted into the area. We have two players making a run at the near post. And Abraham and Zaniolo. Messers looking to lead it off. So that's the alert to the danger. Gets there ahead of team.
Roma still winning the free kick. Throwing.
Roma had a throw.
It was Zaniolo's second goal. Career. Fitting fashion.
Was injured in the final game of the end of the DC season. About a couple of days ago. Contact just inflicted in the area. Cut shot from distance. It's spilled by Rick Leticio. A bit surprised by the effort. He was absolutely surprised. That thing came with so much force as well. Tipped in the end too. That makes it really difficult for a goalkeeper. That's a look at Bukcu, Turkish international. When he does get forward, you see Dessers goes to ground much earlier on his right foot. He just gets that ball to dip at the end.
But just hit it straight at the keeper.
Dessers didn't go to ground. You figure he might have been in the area just to get a second attempt. Goes right through the arms originally of Rui Patricio. It was the first shot he's had to contend with so far. More central with swerving toward him. Dessers, like Abraham, is scored against every opponent faced in this competition from the group stage on. Now remains the top scorer with 10 goals. Tammy just one behind. European finals were played between
Okay, their striker is out of the game.
2007 and Zaniolo becoming the next Italian-born player to score.
Zaniolo wins the goal kick.
And a confident move with Zaniolo. Scored a corner kick from the Jellos.
Corner. Zaniolo wins the corner.
It's 5 players for Roma who are 6'3" or taller. And they're going to be closer, very close.
5 Roma players, 6'3" or taller.
Roma scored 6 goals from corner kicks. So here by Oliveira. Dessers set back to Pellegrini. Watch out here, and it's fired on the break. Dessers.
Roma closed the break pretty well.
Senesi. The center back pulling the strings. Sliding through just on the same page.
The goal kick.
Kenta's Malacia was making that run wide in the absence of C. Stenda, who was on the near side. Yeah, Dessers had options in front of him. I think that's what Culture was telling him. Said he went for the safer pass, but when Dessers got on the ball, there was two other players on either side that he could have played that more positive pass to. Instead of just allowing that Roma defense to regroup. Flicked on by Abraham. Knocked down by Dessers.
Go, Roma on the break. He won the ball. Abraham.
Abraham now working against Bertrand. Is it intended for Zaniolo? This is the find it. It was the run of Sergio Ligena that he intended to hit.
Okay. Zaniolo's 22nd goal. Number 22 puts the goal, his 22nd of his career. AS Roma, Gematria 22. I went with 1-0, but I think this can be 2-0. Is Tammy Abraham due for a goal?
Middle third of the pitch, Culture to the positional change this season. Take a step up and ball. Try. Small here for Reese. Nelson on his last. And Chidi to the rescue. It's Messi. Stenda. Fullback Malacia now. Outside of the boots and good delivery. Also slapping it away.
Nice defending.
Cross that was the Primera. The Rui Patricio had that very quick just to get a touch onto him. 4 minutes added on, we're playing to the 49th of this opening half. Marquez had the wing knocked out of it. Here's one. What a brilliant ball that hits to the far post, just trying to find that run of Cyril Dessers, and Rui Patricio unfortunately climbs into his own player. That's really commit to getting a touch onto the ball. Much better still possession there though from the Dutch side.
Okay. Well, Celtics are in the finals because, Stephen Curry's 22nd playoff series win, not counting his playoff series that he was out against San Antonio Spurs. His 22nd playoff series win. Versus Boston. Good sweep. Sweep versus Spurs. He missed. Does not count. Forward to 22. Because he was out during that series.
He was still playing the last time, the only time these two sides faced off in European class in Europa League round of 32 matches in the 2014-2015 season. Tony was the quote-unquote false nine in those games. It's a great fullback close teams provide all three of Roma's assists as they knocked off.
It's a Roma free kick.
Jorginho scored two of the goals over the 2 legs against Philly. Names we haven't heard in a while on a Roma kick. Nelson.
Oh,
That's
oh.
that time.
Roma got the ball.
Here for Zaniolo, battling with Senesi. That's what most of those individual battles. Senesi. He's standing now. He's spotted. Chris Rhino does like to tuck inside. He's standing up. Good step forward by Mancini. Malacia lifting into the area. Desert's intended target. Second time that Malacia is playing a really dangerous ball right into the path of Tesser's.
Corner, final.
Frustrating first half. Just can't catch a break. First quarter into the match for Feyenoord. But you notice though when Feyenoord in possession.
In the Roma half, in front of the Roma fans is a corner.
Great passing ability in this game. The most chances of anyone in. Look at the DC looking to pull. Finally back to double turns. So here, Stelfo by Cristantes and back. Pressure over Patricio. As the 4 minutes. For the minimum expire.
Ooh, that was close. Halftime, 2-2, 1-0. It could be 2-0 because Roma is to march at 20 for the manager's 20th loss of the year.
Released some of them did not come. They were transferred, as you know, to San Antonio for further care. And you think about the impact on them in their lives.
Yep. Now that Roma scored, the game has no business ending in regulation. Should end in regular time. It's the Roman Emperor. They scored. One more goal here. Roma win the match. Look out for the counterattacking of Roma in the second half as Feyenoord has to commit even more. I mean, because they're losing. Roma will surely exploit a counterattacking goal. Zaniolo is player of the first match, the player of the first half. It was absolutely brilliant. I thought Smalling was really intimidating. Feyenoord strikers having a hard time. Roma was winning back possession well. They were containing Feyenoord's pretty heavy attacking set pretty good. Another goal perhaps for AS Roma to end the season. I think it's right on the money. I think it's right on the money right here that the Feyenoord manager loses his 20th match to Roma. He doesn't get the 67th win against AS Roma. He's not winning in real time. Feyenoord don't score the first goal. He has 66 wins as a manager. The 66 wins for Slot. It's Mourinho that won the Champions League with Inter. And that's what Mourinho's going to do again. He's going to win a Europa League trophy. He's going to win a European trophy, I should say. He'd win the inaugural final. Roma to win. Roma easily to win the match.
Doing nothing has has gotten us into this horrifying
Roman
situation
Emperor
is
doesn't.
unacceptable.
Sixth place in Serie A is still
My
too
heart
much.
shattered that
It is,
victims and survivors
too
of
much
Uvalde
for a
just,
team from the
not
Dutch
far from where I
division.
am in Austin, Texas here, and it's just unimaginable. I had to send my kids to school today. I've been doing this work for almost 10 years, and it gets exhausting to feel like you're screaming into the void. But we know we have to keep going and being the voice and pushing for solutions at every level of government, even when it's an uphill battle like it is here at the state legislature in Texas.
When you look at, we talk about solutions and being solution oriented, and thinking about that. CDC data shows that Texas had the most gun-related deaths of any state in 2020. What would your message be to Governor Abbott here at this moment?
You know, I've been talking about this all day. After the Santa Fe high school shooting, Governor Abbott laid out a school safety plan.
Gun deaths by state in 2020. Texas tops California. See, gun control does work. California has more people than Texas. Texas has more gun deaths than California. It says everything about the mass strategy. It says everything about the tragedy. How can it be more gun deaths in Texas than the whole state of California? Wow, what a graphic.
Expressed interest in state gun laws after
Play that back here.
After the Santa Fe high school shooting, Governor Abbott laid out a school safety plan. And in that school safety plan, he expressed interest in safe gun laws, things that we've been fighting for years. Things like an extreme.
Of course, you'll see some blue states in there because blue states have more people per capita. But the Republican Party commits more relative to the amount of guns available and the lower amount of people per capita. It is not a very good ratio. It doesn't make a good case at all for the GOP on this one. It doesn't. The NRA has put on their hands. They don't want to do anything. They just want to say, "Oh, we're sorry. Oh, tough talk. We work for our gun lobbies. That's all they work for, folks." So
things like an extreme risk protection order to have guns safely and legally temporarily removed from someone who is a potential.
what do I don't have 2021?
Others, it's a tool.
You should show year-by-year basis. Show year-by-year basis. I think that'd be a better indicator.
And he did not act on those measures. Again, top state leadership expressed interest in state gun laws after the horrific shootings in Odessa and El Paso.
Hopefully, Roma score. They put the game to rest.
Instead, what Governor Abbott did was
Just end this season already. They don't care about this Mickey Mouse trophy. Jose Mourinho's gonna win this Mickey Mouse trophy. It's still a trophy, I guess. Still a trophy. That's all good. Jose Mourinho still beat Leicester. That's pretty good. You beat Leicester, you deserve to win the trophy. Just like Feyenoord defeated Barcelona, you deserve to win the Europa. Beat Leicester, you're gonna eventually go on to win the competition.
Suicides account for a large number that we don't always hear about in the news. They all deserve our attention.
Nicole Golden, Executive Director of Texas Gun Sense, thank you very much for being with us. Next up, after to bring more on what we know about the two teachers killed trying to protect their students. We'll talk to the head of Texas.
Like Sanio Lodi Juve.
Educators want to make school safer.
I think Sanio is a Juventus fan.
Back to you, please.
Sanio, time to go to Juventus. He is
Okay, Brown.
scoring the final, needs to move on to bigger trophies. He's got to have the hunger for trophies. Sanio will be great for Juve's midfield. He'll be better than Bentancur. He'd be better than Rabiot, that's for sure. Chelsea are interested in Rabiot. That's highway robbery. Chelsea are interested in Rabiot. What a joke. How can they take Rabiot off our hands? Rabiot, the rabbit. Rabiot. You kidding me? Rabiot at Chelsea? Of course. Rabiot 65 and 29. Of course, Juventus will get Jorginho. It's the Bulls, if I'm not mistaken, that's got Jumanji at 29. So, yep, they're going to get Rabiot. He's a joke. He's a joke. He's going to leave. Roma win, and then Liverpool win the final. Mourinho's 29th win with Roma right before a final at France. I was talking about Rabiot here, but I was talking about Mourinho's 29th win. He won the Champions League against Bayern. Bayern, Jumanji 29. Champions League final with France. France is Jumanji 29. Regulation in the Coppa Italia. Regulation in the FA Cup final. Regulation in the Europa League. Regulation has to end sometime. And who does it? Jose Mourinho. Hopefully Zaniolo goes to Juventus. Hopefully Zaniolo goes to Juve. Hopefully he doesn't get hurt. Rabiot's had 0 goals. Zaniolo's had 8. 8 goals. In the extra time.
You are looking live.
Don't get hurt in the Mickey Mouse Cup. Enjoy the off season. Enjoy the summer break. You say don't need any extra time. Zero. Roma score another goal. They didn't give it up 2 goals.
And what we've seen and what has happened.
I think Abraham needs to equalize Dessers for the top goal scorers in the Europa Conference.
She was a teacher for 17 years.
Dessers 10 goals in the Europa Conference. You score 1 more goal. One more goal. He can be top scorer.
And it breaks my heart. I just saw.
He has not, but he's got to score 10 here. Tammy. Score.
The other teacher, Irma Garcia, taught Rob elementary school students for 23 years. She was actually recognized as a standout educator, a finalist for the Trinity University Prize for Excellence in Teaching. Outside the classroom, Irma Garcia had 4 kids of her own, and she loved to barbecue with her husband. Joining us now is Ovidia Molina, president of the Texas State Teachers Association. Thank you very much for being with us on what I know has been an excruciating and painful day, 2 days here. I just want to check in on how you're doing, your reaction to what we're hearing about the lives of these 2 amazing educators who quite literally took bullets for their students.
The reaction is outrage, anger, and heartbreak. Complete and utter heartbreak.
I can hear it in your voice and I can see it on your face because I think even 18 hours, 24 hours is not enough time to process what has happened here.
No, it's not. I don't know when it will be enough time to process. And as these instances keep occurring, it just reopens old wounds. Every educator that has heard of a shooting or has been in an active shooting event, whenever we hear it again, it just brings back all the emotions.
Your group put out a statement about this, saying that these tragedies, to your point, keep happening, and as you say, lawmakers do nothing. In Texas's case, they make guns more available. But your state's Attorney General, Ken Paxton, your state Senator, Ted Cruz, are proposing to basically put more guns in schools, right? To put more armed people in schools to try to make students safer. What is your response to that?
They don't know what happens in our schools. They don't care what happens in our schools. They're not talking to educators. As educators, we have many things on our plates, and having us be in charge of a weapon to shoot at somebody while we're trying to protect our students, while we're trying to protect our coworkers, while we're trying to make sure that everybody is safe, it does not make sense. We are not trained killers. We are not trained police officers. We are not trained to do that. We have many other things that we have to do, and putting more bullets, more guns in our schools is not going to be the answer. In many of the instances, the shooters that come into our schools are students or former students. So you're asking us to potentially make the decision of shooting somebody that we know, love, or cared about. I don't understand how they think that that's possible.
Before I let you go, I only have about 20 seconds left. What do you think about this idea that was suggested by your state's lieutenant governor, for example, of only one entrance, for example, et cetera, into schools?
Again, they don't know what happens in our schools. They don't know how to make a thriving, safe community in our schools. They need to listen to educators and they need to bring about change. We are tired of thoughts and prayers. We need action. We need change. We need our schools to be safe.
I appreciate you joining us. Ovidia Molina, thank you for sharing your perspective and for sharing your voice here on MSNBC. I appreciate it. And thanks to you all for watching this hour of MSNBC. Deadline White House with Nicole Wallace picks up coverage right now.
Hi there, everyone. It's 4 o'clock in New York. President Joe Biden is expected to speak any moment now and to sign an executive order aimed at reforming policing in America. The move comes on the second anniversary of the murder of George Floyd. It's an event that forced our country to confront the crisis of racism and police brutality head on. We will air President Biden's remarks live as soon as they happen. His speech and today's executive order also come at a moment in which America is being forced to look itself in the mirror on another topic and ask all of ourselves, what kind of country we want to be? What kind of country do we want to live in? As yet another town in America joins a long and growing list of communities that have been ravaged by a senseless mass shooting. Residents of Uvalde, Texas now face the daunting, the unthinkable, the heinous task of having to bury 21 members of their small community. That includes 19 third and fourth graders. Those 21 victims were killed by an 18-year-old, a gunman armed with an AR-15 style rifle, the same type of rifle used in the shootings in Parkland and Sandy Hook. The shooting taking place just 2 days before those students' summer break was going to begin. Texas Department of Public Safety spokesperson Lieutenant Chris Olivares described how police officers faced someone who, as he puts it, had no regard for human life.
The shooter was involved in a domestic disturbance with his grandmother prior to the shooting at the school. He did shoot his grandmother at that point. He then fled in a vehicle and was in close proximity near the school where we got calls. Local law enforcement at the Uvalde Police Department received a call of a crashed vehicle and an individual armed with a weapon making his way into the school. At that point, we had local law enforcement, school officers, as well as state troopers who were first on scene and were able to hear the actual gunshots inside the classroom. They tried to make entry into the building. They were met with gunfire by the suspect, by the shooter. Some of those officers were shot. So at that point, they began breaking windows around the school, trying to evacuate children, teachers, anybody they could, trying to get them out of that building, out of that school. What we do know at that point, the shooter was able to make entry into a classroom, barricaded himself inside that classroom, and again, just began shooting numerous children and teachers that were in that classroom.
The victims in Uvalde, now joined with the New York Times, describes today this way, quote, the stupefying tally of American gun violence. From that Times reporting, the repetition of horror numbs the mind. Only 11.
Mkhitaryan in his first appearance in 27 days was replaced by Serie.
Okay.
This is promising now for Feyenoord.
Play on, says the ref.
Why is that Yolo taken back by Feyenoord who have sort of had to their step when they started the second half? It's not the finds the ball. So that's Ravenous at the start for Feyenoord. Just gets away from Hirschreiter.
Corner.
Now, this is more of what we normally see from Feyenoord, right? Especially in league play. They are swarming high press from Arne Slot. Always playing in the opposition's half, winning the ball back quickly. Total football, that's the word bandied about by journalists. It's a
Mourinho versus total football of the Dutch.
Some of the most exciting Dutch lines that we've seen recently. Make sure that he's dead. Driven into the six off the woodwork. It was Trotter. Still out for two.
Wow, Patricio. Off the woodwork.
Second half for Feyenoord. And Roma respond. Defense. Go back to back. the shooter and he's still able to react so quickly there. Patricio had no idea about that ball, just gets nailed down by the post. But on the second attempt, it's still rather central. It still gives Rui Patricio a chance to make a save. What a start, though, in the second half by Feyenoord. We'd love to participate on that halftime team talk by artist. Meanwhile, there is a potential penalty here that is being reviewed by VAR. So German Marco Fitz is in charge of video review. Opportunity that was for Feyenoord, just stormed out of the locker room for the start of the second half.
No penalty. They're checking for a penalty, but I didn't see anything. Already 3 minutes in. That was straight to the post. Long ball, run to the ball. That's a foul. They tried the same play as they did at the end of the first half. Kick it deep to Saniolo, let him win it back.
Jose Mourinho inside. Passes in that first 45 minutes. It's about 38 touches. So every time they took some ball, it was a good defender here.
Feyenoord are attacking the Roma box. What a save! Hit the woodwork again. Wonder what the magnetic rim, what the magnetic post is going to do now.
That's one of the best saves that you'll see.
Get my energy. Whoa. That's how you make the money off of this. 4 off. It's entertainment, bro. It's entertainment. Jose Mourinho, the Roman Emperor. I think the magnetic post is doing the job pretty well. And they just kick it right out of bounds. Look at that cross. What was that? Too much. A matter of inches. Patricio, the elite goalkeeper from Wolves. 2 shots Roma. 2 shot Roma. We have 7 for Feyenoord. Kevin! What's he doing? And once again, as I scroll up to the chat, they showed the graphic. 2 shots Roma, 7 for Feyenoord. It is Tirana, that's Gematria 27. That's Gematria Tirana. They conveniently showed it at the most proper time. They're really like cabals. Tirana is Gematria 27. Paris, the final. It's Demontre, 27. Abraham, 27 goals. Oh, 27 goals. These refs just have to keep it a close game, do they? What are those refs on? I don't know. What is the goalpost on? A bigger question. Mourinho. And the Roma player gets fouled, of course. They call a free kick.
Feels so much quicker and sharper now. This Feyenoord playing the passes being strung together. They're finding plenty of success going down the middle. That's something that's so difficult to prepare for. The interchanging nature of Feyenoord, especially in those wide areas with the fullbacks getting forward.
I think Feyenoord are really going to bottle it.
Especially taking up that central position. And so often they can overload that final third.
I think they'll score later, like at minute 70 or whatever, when there's about 20 or 15 left to celebrate. I like the 20th loss for the Feyenoord manager. His managerial career. Tammy's on the run, and he passes it back to the keeper. Feyenoord have the ball again. 55th minute. Patricio kept it on his foot. Then he picks it up.
10 minutes into the second half. Remains 1-0. Zaniolo's first half over. Look at Kessler screaming and Reece Nelson out wide for the press. Just wants teammates matches intensity. Usually Kessler's had his team lead the press. Marcus one side. Go force another fine save from Rico Duso. Here's Malasa getting forward.
Now Roma will be looking to counter. As long as they have the lead, they have the dangerous ability to counter. If Feyenoord commit too many bodies forward, they get a key deflection. That's what Roma's trying to do right now.
Just a bit more confidence. It felt like they started the game a little bit apprehensive.
His chair is unsteady. Well, of course I do. That's how Milan won the league. That's how Man City won the league. That's how Liverpool won the FA Cup. This is why you like outrights. Outright to win the cup because of something called regulation. There was no given that the FA Cup was going to conclude in regulation. FA Cup was concluded in extra time. Jose Mourinho, shutout. Ajax, Europa final, shutout. Porto, Champions League, shutout. Bayern, Champions League final. Seems like Jose Mourinho is a defensive magician. And in cup finals. Gallosi, red and yellow, and Feyenoord are in the yellow. What kind of pass was that? Well, the passing is, and now they're fouling the Roma guys. The more free kicks Roma get, I see frustration on Dusser's face. Hopefully, Abraham equalizes, but it's not guaranteed. A guy should have had a free kick.
How many times do you see a team
Over 20 goals, 3 players. Liverpool are winning because Seferin is angry at Juve. He's angry at Barca. He's angry at Real. He just wants to humiliate Real Madrid on the big stage. That's all. Ronaldo will be happy when Real loses. He don't care about Man United or any of that. He only cares about his ego.
Also, the fullbacks are really getting a lot further forward than they were able to in the first half. They just didn't have enough possession. It felt a lot of times in the first half to really get that usual attack with the fullbacks either making the one inside or outside, doubling up in those wide positions where those players and fullbacks can combine with the wingers. Big shoulder pass. Osmus.
He slipped. He overcommitted. And they're parking it pretty well. I think Roma gets a deflection. Zaniolo got deflection. Oh, Zaniolo! He wins a free kick. That's momentum. Paris win next year. Champions League final out at France, and then France wins it the next year. It's all good. Messiah wins. Messiah won't be going back to Wembley. He's going to be winning at Messiah rose again in the Middle East. Messiah win at Turkey.
Captain of Feyenoord. President with the club since 2014. From the type he replaces Busti to the first personnel change for Feyenoord. Bit of a quiet game for Busti.
Tammy, wow, he choked. Tammy headed it back. That was a choke job. That was a great tackle there by Ibanez. I think probably Mbappe. Well, it won't surprise me if Messi does. He'll probably score a similar amount of goals. He'll probably be around the same. But I think the overall factor of assists and goals, Messi's going to win.
These two sides made it in Rotterdam back in 2014, 2015. The club for so long now.
Abraham passed it too deep.
Called the leader of the team on the pitch and behind the scenes in the dressing room. A steady career has always improved every move that it's made. Now we're playing. It's a 1-0 lead for Roma. There's Alessi. Ibanez. Just beginning to play. Will be a goal kick for Justin Bible. 6th goal by Zaniolo, which even in the 32nd minute, it has been all Feyenoord.
Watch out for the 63rd minute. That's the gematria of the site of the game. Tirana.
Smart quick switch of play to find Nelson wide. There's Reece Nelson. Culture. Timing wasn't likely.
Oh, I lost it.
And it's Malacia now who wins it back. Reece Nelson, the dragon headed.
Feyenoord are choking.
Not the best pass there from Rick Karsdorp in that position. He passes.
They're choking eventually.
After doing a good job in winning the ball back. Once again, the ball's in the vicinity of Dexter's, but he's just not able to make clean contact. Here, Karsdorp does all the right work, but then
Minute 63. Tawana Shamacha 63. Goal kick. That's not the way to finish off the 63rd minute.
Smaller, the last hit he was going to be is beaten by a center back one-on-one. Says he a bit in uncharted territory. Two-time Premier League champion as well as having won the Europa League. Chris Smalling had words of praise for Jose Mourinho ahead of a game like this, saying that he's played and won so many of these finals. Transmits that sense of calm to the team and helps take the pressure off the players. And in fairness to Mourinho, he's gone all in on this competition. He has treated it like you would any other in Europe, whether it's the Champions League or the Europa League.
I don't know why Roma gave up possession.
Chris Smalling, it's that experience that is much needed sometimes. He's flanked by two younger defenders in Mancini and Ibanez. Under pressure now, Roma still in control of the scoreboard, but it's Feyenoord who have wrestled back control of the flow of the game. Yeah, much better, really a tale of two halves so far. And Mourinho weighing up his alterations, putting Barrett to the French midfielder. Yeah, exact instructions. No speed on solid as well, right? Lifted into the area, Smalling deals with the threat. Malacia. Much more dangerous in the second half. He does well until we throw for Roma here. But particularly on the left side of the Feyenoord formation, three of the top young players in the Dutch Eredivisie, three of the best under 23s, Malacia, Kosher, and Sinistera.
Saniolo wins it. Oh, Saniolo back heel. You get a corner.
This is twice as many goals from corner kicks as anyone else in the European Conference League this season. Roma.
Okay, 66 minute. Inter Schumacher 66. The 6'3" guys, tall guys in the box. Something to look out for. And now Roma, the more possession they get, the more settled they'll be at the back to finish the game. Mourinho's substitutions at 66 minutes. Inter. Minute 67, AS Roma is Schumacher 67. The corner kick in the 67th minute. Probably. I don't know why Zaniolo is on the bench. I don't know. I don't get that. But we'll see if it's just Mourinho Masterclass 1-0.
Still getting forward, he can be a goal-scoring threat. He's tidy on the ball. And then Leo Spinazzola, it's so great to finally see him back after nearly a year. After that ill-fated match against Belgium in the Euro 2020, when he wasn't just one of the best fullbacks, Andres, he was one of the best players in the competition. He was absolutely unstoppable. And then suffered that
Spinazzola, welcome back. Get a trophy after that ACL injury in the Euro.
Started the last two games in Serie.
Pellegrini! Yeah, on the side of his foot. Roma get possession. Roma's got some tall guys on the pitch to win these. Abraham! Oh, Abraham! Abraham, you called it. He got his shot there. You called it.
just enough to put him off. It's never going to be given as a penalty, but it's just enough to slightly put Tammy Abraham off of his balance. So that's the late old for their part of this match. For this season, it has been. That's always been real.
It probably will end 1-0 now, I'm betting.
Young players from the youth system
Probably is Mourinho masterclass.
really allowing them to build that confidence. I think Zalewski's been the best example. An emotional season for him as well. He lost his cancer shortly after making his Poland national team.
Now Roma get the
His father
goal
passed
kick.
on in that debut, coming off the bench in a 7-1 win over San Marino. Tears in his eyes. Less than 3 weeks later, he lost that battle with cancer. Shortly after that, it was Zalewski who broke into Mourinho's starting 11. His way in a little over 20 minutes time.
How Tammy score? It is Tammy. It's got Jamacha 72.
Just be caught there by Mancini. His pursuit against the Italian defender. He's one of the 5 called up by Roberto Mancini.
Italian style. 1-0, 2-0. He slipped. And another header. Mourinho, that's the class. And the referee's starting to call the fouls for Roma, is he? I think he is. I think so. Almost lost the ball.
Exactly, went from being a regular starter and then such a league that comes over in the junior transfer window and becomes more of a rotational player who seems to be maybe the odd man out, despite being a very important piece to
Roma are still looking for another goal. He's kind of being retarded there. He lost the ball, like his purposely deliberately keeping it out. No, they want to keep it interesting.
Come on. Inserting yourself into a space. Football state for Europa.
Maybe a counterattack here. Let's take a look what minute 72 is going to give us. They'll come fine, Lord. There's just no extra pass on this team today. There's no extra pass on final. There's no extra pass. And the ref is giving a free kick to Roma. We're at 72. They show Tammy right there. 71, then 71 in 1 second. They show Tammy. Show Tammy on the big screen.
I mean, that was pretty blatant, wasn't it? Got it, but if it was frustrating,
Yeah, Spinazzola.
and that's what I'm curious to
They
see.
just want a
That
corner.
explosive pace of Spinazzola after an Achilles injury that somebody
After an
wanted to
ACL
see.
injury like that. Something.
The speed that he showed, he was recorded as being the fastest player in the Euros. Look good there.
Juventus should have kept Spinazzola. Tall man in the box for Roma now. Minute 72 is passed. They kick the corner. Wow, what a save. That was clutch. Roma at the ball. commit Feyenoord forward, and Roma going to try to get right behind them. That's the strategy. And the ref is calling fouls left and right now. They really want Roma to win in regulation.
Set up the final 20 minutes. Really whipped into that near post. And Meriton from that position, you think maybe not that much of a threat to score directly, but if it does take a deflection, which it did, off the boot of Sinistera, that's when the goalkeeper either needs to get lucky or needs some big quick. And second option for Italian Justin Milo.
Sergio, the substitution for Mkhitaryan.
Sergio Oliveira measures up. He's gone for a goal, and he's come nowhere near it.
Yeah, there's nowhere near goal. You gotta kick it kind of straight instead of a bazooka.
So second double substitution. Check that. Last time it was just one. It was forced to check it from Teal out. Henderson and Linson. Change in the back. Or change up top. Henderson were the better crossing fullbacks on this Feyenoord side. Yeah, Linson's had another really good season as a goal scorer, as an ace. Good presser as well. Now, really good header of the ball despite his diminutive size. Linson. This is interesting. Suggests that we're trying to move spot inside. In fact, he has into that center back spot in place of a Trotter. We think be able in the 25th minute. Was the closest to opening the scoring for Feyenoord. They're trying to versatile defender.
17, 18 or so minutes left.
When he was in the youth levels. It's only 5'7", but excels in the aerial game. So you see what
Have to see
bringing it
what Biden's going to talk about the gun tragedy. Sloppy passing, the players are tired. The Feyenoord players are tired.
Yeah, I would assume that a headed goal by Linson here wouldn't be because he outjumped the player that's 8 inches taller than him, but more because of the positioning timing. The shape of Sergio Oliveira was excellent in the air despite his size. We're Linson's agent. Glowing remarks. Coach, I think the last year.
Mourinho is not going to allow any goals, is he? I don't think so.
So that's now. Quarter of an hour left in the 90 minutes. Final goal. Equalizer finishes the open force. Extra time if needed penalties.
Roma are driving, and referee says play on.
First taste of that press from Linson, sprinted all the way back to near the halfway line. And it's looking ravenous out there. Fresh
And they
legs.
win the free kick. It's minute 77. Mkhitaryan number 77. That leads the game away for Roma. Roma players are holding up pretty good. Also helps to have 5 substitutions. And ref says play on, even though the Roma player went straight down to the ground. Just get the feeling as time ticks on, the more dangerous Mourinho's side is going to be.
Both Malacia and Verschlein when they are playing it. The fullbacks don't like to cut inside and become those initiative midfielders. More of a traditional approach from Henderson. Stay out wide and look to cross balls into that right hand side.
One touch, Roma look
So
dangerous.
switches
Is this going to be a goal? Can he star? He's there.
Sergio. Last by he's standing on.
They goal kick. Goal kick. Great bump.
Inside, just effortlessly gliding past defenders. so incredibly quick that maybe you don't realize from the TV sets because he seems to do it also effortlessly. Like he's not breaking his sweat button. It really is incredible change of pace that he has from being a taller fullback at 6'2".
Biden signed executive order, police.
Mourinho does have some more substitutions and we know what's to make them. Just pulls it back. His communication in the back is he doesn't hear the instructions from Mourinho. It's also incredibly loud in this venue. You have two of the most
Roma players, Roma fans are getting pretty loud.
all converging in on one space. It's been hectic to say the least. His back to goal, but again, tripped on it was swelling.
Roma trying to keep the ball.
Sometimes that first touch can be better. Seen a few times where first touch
That's a hard touch to Abraham.
from his body, he's able to control that ball, really glue it onto his foot. Serial Dusters.
Al Sharpton's at the White House. Final push wide open. He choked again. And now Roma won the lost it again. Tammy Abraham. And the goalkeeper gets it back.
Once again, it's that last cast defending, which is really painting out Roma. Ibani is once again reacting very
Man, Feyenoord are choking. They choke. No last cutting it.
It shows some good reactions. Every time that ball's whipped in, it's like there's always cover near your
Roma are looking like they got more energy left.
More compact, especially in the last minutes of the game when it turns into a back five. Stretch this time.
Found some space there. 1-on-1. Going down the sideline, Pellegrini. It's called goal kick.
Inside the final 10 minutes. First ever final of the European Conference League. It's intense throughout, especially in the second half.
Oh, he fouled!
What his individual battle has up on the way. Dessers swallowing in the way. Must be a soda.
Oh, they choking again. They choking again.
Trying to find a good space on his left foot, but credit Chris
What the?
Smalling. He didn't go to ground. He didn't play on that fake shot attempt from Dessers. Stayed on his feet and just got in the path in the end.
Probably 10 minutes left. There is not much time wasted. Not much time wasted.
Started fullback, now central defense. Not at all a rare occurrence. He's played virtually everywhere except goalkeeper throughout his career. In fact, as a fighter, under 16 player, he was a center forward. The other 17s, he played along the back line in midfield. Instead of creating a bit of space. No trouble for Mauricio. That's the kind of magic that Feyenoord are now desperate to have, and it has to come through the feet of Luis Sinisterra. All season long, creating magic out of nothing. And he's one of those players that defenders always know what he wants to do. He always wants to cut in on his right foot, but yet you can't stop it. Always seemingly able to find an angle for that shot.
We'll see if the subs work. I think they will.
Anderson, Feyenoord So a little reluctant to
Season is almost over for every club except for Liverpool and Real Madrid. Team in red wins Roma. Team in red Liverpool. Only Champions League final against Liverpool in 1984.
Henderson now does lift it in back post, and there's no one there to beat.
Mourinho defensive masterclass.
Really haven't seen expectations under artists love this season. Raise some eyebrows with the way that Anze competing under the young coach. Fine, expectations were relatively low at the start. A little different identity to it. Artists normally brings, but playing the group stage, especially raise the bar. Perhaps Feyenoord could do something special this season. They may yet, but they don't have much time left. That didn't help Feyenoord at the end. Once you reach the final, you always know that you're going to have a worthy adversary, but that adversary also has a certain Jose Mourinho who tends to be an expert in knockout competitions. Time wasting yellow for me, but he's a you know what? Role playing sometimes in the early stages.
The connection's not cutting off.
Playing a lot of the subs, which doesn't make sense when then you think, well, the whole objective at the end of the season is to get to those European positions. You celebrate finishing 4th or 5th or 6th or even 7th now. So really credit to Roma, always playing their best players, really going all out. It's paid off so far in dividends.
Feyenoord just purposely kick it out. I don't know what they're doing.
Rick Karsdorp has been apparently eating with a bit of a muscle problem. He was gesturing toward the Roma bench. Apron is growing.
Could give 6 minutes of extra time.
So they can change and this is really forcing himself. Tiasvinia, an Uruguay international, who won the Copa Libertadores with Palmeiras a couple of years ago. Wanted to move to Roma. Cusp of winning a second continental crown. Spinazzola. There too. It's a lovely ball for Pellegrini to put it away. Pellegrini!
Oh, Pellegrini!
What vision in the build-up. Sensational. Rifled in by Vertu. Line splitting. Took a half second. Here he is again, Jordan Vertu. Spinazzola. Long switch with there's no way that even if it was on target, Karsdorp would have got there. Really is neighboring. Steer flank. And Feyenoord would be smart to exploit it.
Starting to park the bus now.
Over to this right-hand side of the Roma defense to try and help out. Malacia. Moses. Roach. Senesi with space and time to consider his options. Roma defending very deep. Trying not panicking. Feyenoord, despite time not being on their side, they plowed their way forward. Henderson. Against Spinazzola. By Ostis. Tammy Abraham. Isolated. Score against the Argentine center back Senesi. And it's a late whistle, but probably the right decision by Romanian referee Isvan Kovac. Tammy Abraham was brought down by Senesi. Well, it was for kick out from when he was on the ground. Senesi got put on his backside originally by Tammy. Look here as Senesi goes to ground. And Abraham's about to play that ball to the center of the field. Right here, gets up quickly, but then watches Senesi kicks out.
Oh yeah, I put about 500 on Roma. because of the whole Tottenham don't win a trophy. And Jose Mourinho leaves, and Mourinho wins the trophy. The Roman Emperor wins a UEFA trophy for Serie A again. The title should have been more accurate. Let me just go check out the title quickly. I may need to change the title.
Considered for the future. Yeah, there's a lot of the present demands an equalizer. Feyenoord and some team will tell you that tons of talent hasn't really shown that impact yet, but definitely one for the future and someone who's a bit of a X factor coming in late in the game. It's not at home. So Malacia is replaced by Lothar. Another attacking switch. And meanwhile, with the Ujic Tiger also checking into the contest. Rodov will join Matias Vidia checking in for Roma.
Okay.
Shomurodov makes sense. If you're going to sit back and defend in the last few minutes, then play the ball vertically for the pace of Shomurodov.
Yeah, Pellegrini had a chance. I think the referee wanted to keep it 1-0. The script was 1-0. I thought Abraham could have gotten the goal, could have gotten the last chance. Some fresh subs, only a few minutes left. They're tired. They found him. Roma players are fresh. Sergio is a defensive holding midfielder. Mkhitaryan has more attacking edge. He tried to continue. He hurt his hamstring or whatever. Got subbed out around the 14th minute or whatever it was. Sergio held the pitch pretty well.
Just managing to keep it in Senesi.
We'll see how much extra time they give for Feyenoord. There's about 38 seconds left of the 90th minute.
Near the stadium, it's a special moment for Warrior, the stadium in Rotterdam, that is. I thought Feyenoord fan as well as a player.
Well done, Spinazzola, after the ACL injury to win another trophy.
Normal time expires, we'll play until at least the end of the 95th. It's Pellegrini who's whistles for the foul. He catches for Dryden. Your impressions of this second half, Mateo? Oh, a really good start. Right after the halftime whistle, the team talked from Arne Slot really working out. Much more dynamic and quick and fluid. Feyenoord side, but Roma have done really well defensively throughout. Every time you felt like Feyenoord was back into the game, we saw a last-ditch challenge from one of the Roma defenders. Some excellent goalkeeping.
Corner kick for Feyenoord. No Patreon, only frauds need Patreon. That's why they need a Patreon. Real knowledge is not $5 a month.
Into the middle, it's just overrun. Lindsay arriving at the near post, he could not latch on. That header was right into his path. Set forward for Dexter's got such a good touch here.
He could have touched the ball there. He could have got a goal.
That was sensational. Maybe Spinazzola was just in the way of Lindsay. Didn't really see that ball. Just had to assume that it was going to pop in front of him, and he completely mistimed it. My goodness, that is potentially one of the best chances of the game. Just completely flopped his lines. That was the moment. So for one, Penny Green's brother, former VC midfielder. Down by Pellegrini. Repetition of fouls. Something for Pellegrini to be concerned about. He picked up the yellow card back in the 37th minute. For the severity of the repetition of fouls. On the ice.
It's total football. The keeper is in there.
Roll driven crossing, and Idle has to get back. It's not going to trouble him. But show him the fight. No, he's twice the speed of anyone else, Shomarolo. And not exactly to your way, Shomarolo's still looking for that insurance goal. He's fought out for possession. Now he's been dispossessed. That's why he's in there. If everyone's defending, you just move the ball forward, and he's likely to be the first one onto it. Just over half full timeout now expired.
Under 2 minutes.
Cancelled. By the frustrated dance. Almost needed for Spezzola and Roma. It's supposed to be against the Generals. That's what they're trying to sell this out. Well, the good news is several times you see Spinazzola go for one of those patented explosions out wide, and he looks very quick. Doesn't really look like he's lost a step after that Achilles rupture. Yeah, for Spinazzola. Hitting immediate both of the ones. So to Great Patricio. Hopefully into the back post and no one there to meet it. That's such a wasted opportunity. So many men in the box. You'll live in. Once finally we're able to play that ball into the area.
Okay, about 30 more seconds left.
Rush out there, recovery for the final. The time is running out for the Dutch club. Leadership. Serie.
Roma, Europa conference winner, Jose Mourinho.
The Generals immortalized with a first ever continental crown. Roma won, Feyenoord 0.
I have Celtics.
Who returns Roma to glory.
I have Celtics. The trophy competition, the trophy presentation is coming up here. It's always cool seeing Mourinho win a trophy. He's a bigger than Inter, by the way.
The traveling fans were fantastic. Mourinho in his first season wanted to go all the way in Europe, and he did so in the Conference League. Had some tests.
Of course, he's gonna win without Tottenham.
It's a tricky Feyenoord side that was certainly going to try to play their style of football. Roma reacted so well. They played more defensive in the second half. The defenders and the goalkeeper, Rui Patricio, were sensational. Ruthless on one of their few chances to chip over the top from the striker. Saniolo, and a European trophy, something that hasn't happened for Roma. It's something that will be talked about for a long time to come. A massive congratulations, Jose Mourinho, the project, and he has something very big and shiny to show for it. The Feyenoord game looked great and counted themselves. They were denied by Rick Patricio time and time again in the second half. Roma waited 31 years to return to a European final. They waited their entire history for this moment. Yeah, they really have, and we've seen the steps forward. Mourinho taking over, some young players getting thrown into the mix, a clear identity from this Roma side.
All roads lead to Rome. Roma wins a major trophy. Argentina gonna win the World Cup.
And a great start to the Mourinho campaign in Roma. So the first ever Conference League final. Roma's name that top to the trophy. Final score from Tirana, Roma 1.
I like Argentina against Italy.
The Generals from a 0-1
I can talk about that in a separate video. Argentina win all 4 trophies. Copa, Confederation, World Cup, and Copa. Isaiah, quadruple. The quadruple. Let's go. Messiah the Rabbit, quadruple. Talking quadruple. Real talk. Real talk. Let's go get that, Messiah. Let's go.